Today is Sunday, November 17, 2019. I am 6 days post loop duodenal switch surgery. I wanted to come to you today and just mention a couple of things. So I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos, just trying to kind of get a feel of what other people go through the first couple of weeks after surgery. And I found a lady that I really like, Lisa Marie, and she had the sleeve a few years back, and she has some really great, really kind of long, informative videos, from everything from the pre-op diet to the post-op, full liquids to pureed foods to just all kinds of stuff. And I really like her information. The thing I'm going crazy with today on day 6, and it's almost 12 o'clock midnight, but is the sweets. Okay, so people told me that when you get major surgery like this, a lot of times your taste buds can change and sweet things become too sweet. I like sweets. I've always been big into sugar, and things that are sugar-free never really tasted too sweet to me, so I thought that's going to be okay. Everything I got pre-surgery and even for post is sweet. So Premier protein shakes that I've showed you, I got, the chocolate and the caramel and the banana. Propel waters, I got watermelon, which I'm not liking at all. Mixed berry and green apple. Excuse me, sorry, I've had a lot of gas today. I don't know if it's because I've tried to intake more protein, but I've been on a couple of walks. I try to walk at least half a mile every time I go on my walks, and I just got done with one that was half a mile with my dog, and then I walked about a quarter mile with my son. So anyhow, I'm still releasing all kinds of gas. It's still in here, so hiccups and all that fun stuff. Anywho, so my fridge, it consists of chocolate, sugar-free Jell-O, and different types of, or chocolate sugar-free pudding, and different kinds of sugar-free Jell-Os, all sweet. And I will tell you what, I'm only 6 days post-op, and I was able to eat savory before. On my 2-week post-op or pre-op diet, I was able to eat a 6 to 8 ounce meal a day and have a couple of protein drinks. So I didn't get all sugar all the time, or sugar-free, but all sweets. Now it seems like everything I have is just sweet, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers. So, I've reached out on a couple of groups on Facebook. There's the Duodenal Switch Loop, just the Duodenal Switch Surgery group. There's this weight loss R-rated group, or whatever it's called. There's a couple of groups that I'm on Facebook, and just to ask questions and to get some feedback. And some people have been telling me some really good things today. One girl said that V8 juice was her savior basically during this liquid diet, which I never even thought of. I mean, because, I don't think of what's liquid, what can I have, all that. So when she mentioned V8 juice, I went, duh, I love V8 juice. So I'm going to get some more of that, or I'm going to get some of it tomorrow. Somebody mentioned miso soup, but to strain it and just do the broth, which sounds delicious as well. And she said that she thinks that because there's tofu in there, even if you're not getting the tofu, you will still get some of the protein, which is good. I thought of egg drop soup. I love egg drop soup, and I think that if you can strain it really well, then that could also give you some of the flavor of the broth. And so I got people coming in and out all the time. I guess you just have to be careful, because with all of this stuff, hold on, with all of this stuff, it's really high in sodium. So I guess you just kind of have to be very careful with how much sodium you intake, because you don't want to hold on to a whole lunch of that water. You want to be able to release the toxins and release your water intake. So, okay, sorry, I'm trying to make this video, and my 17-year-old has a friend staying with us. They're just always in his room and walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it's annoying. Anyway, sorry. Whoa. So, so that Lisa Marie that I was talking about, she has some. Yard. See, now he just. She had some really, really good ideas with being able to make your yogurt taste better. So, if you're like me, I hate plain yogurt. It's disgusting. And I've had so much sweet flavored things lately that the last thing I want is any kind of yogurt that has any kind of like fruit flavors and stuff to it. But she mentioned stevia has some liquid drops, and they have all kinds of flavors. And you could just add a couple of drops to a yogurt, like a plain yogurt, and it would make it taste however you want. So there's all kinds of stevia flavors, from pumpkin pie to, chocolate and vanilla, and they have lemon, and they have root beer. And yes, most of those are also sweets, but it's different flavors, so something could be looked at. What else? I should start writing lists. I have noticed the Tourette's is still kicking. It's still there. It's bad. I think part of it is because I'm just so exhausted. I mean, I'm not really getting many calories. I'm drinking a lot of just fluids, and it's releasing things in my body, I'm sure. My fat, even though I haven't really lost much, I've got a lot of that stored in my fat, so as it releases, I think that stress and tiredness and whatever chemicals that are coming out are showing themselves in my Tourette's, so it's kind of annoying. But I'm going to try to get a doctor's appointment this week and see if I can look at getting them maybe on some medications or trying something different. So my mood has been okay. Today, well, I don't want to say that. I'm kind of snippety. I don't like to use astrology. I'm a Virgo, and I am pretty much a very good example of a Virgo, especially when it comes to, being a perfectionist and wanting that in my partners and all that. And I'm finding that I really am nitpicky. And when I want something done, I want it done now, not on other people's own, when it's convenient for them. If it's convenient for me, I want it done. And I purchased a new massage chair that's supposed to be here Tuesday. In my living room, in the second story of my house, it's a kind of a formal living room, and it's not huge. It's a good size, but I have two very large couches, and one couch I want to get rid of and bring the massage chair in on Tuesday. And I wanted it to be done today because my husband was off work and he could get stuff done, and he started it and then started playing games. And so I went down and I started it, bitching the whole way, sorry my language, and noticing, it's just, I want things done when I want them done. And I ended up hurting myself because I picked up a table and took it to the garage, and I missed one of my steps in the garage. Yeah, and fell, twisted my toe backwards. I guess that would be pulling your toe. Anyway, lucky I didn't land on my stomach or hurt an incision or something, but it was still painful. And he's like, well, you and your stubbornness is going to get you hurt. Yeah. It is. It does. I've also been cleaning the house again, just because somebody dirties it and I want it clean immediately. So I've just been doing it. And plus I see that as some of my walking, which you should be doing every hour. I'm not doing it every hour. I just watched it's a movie called Super Size Me. I'm sure you've seen it. The guy that spends 30 days eating nothing but McDonald's. Just to remind myself kind of where I'm coming from and where I don't want to get back to. Because I am still having the head hunger I'm craving. Now I'm craving French fries. So what I did, I don't know if this is really allowed or not, but I'm going to show you. So I'm on the full liquid diet, which means that if it's room temperature, it is near this consistency, right? So this is kind of more like, it's not the soft food, it's kind of like a yogurt, right? Which I'm allowed to have right now, I think. Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, so on my sheet it says that I can have like yogurt. So what I did is I was craving something salty or something savory. So I had my husband go to the store and get me some low-fat cottage cheese. So he whipped and blended the crap out of this cottage cheese. So it's just like the consistency of yogurt, but it tastes like cottage cheese. Low-fat cottage cheese, but cottage cheese. And it's absolutely delicious. So I think cottage cheese and V8 tomorrow is going to be my go-to. Because why not? Well, I guess it would be today now. But anyway, it's really good. Sorry, that's gross, but creamy. Just make sure that you get something really light, I guess, and make it blendable. But oh yeah, I'm gonna have to start writing lists of what to say. Sorry guys. Yeah, so what I would suggest if you're thinking about going through surgery is remember that your body will change, and remember that even if you really like sweets, it could be too much. And like all day of just sweet flavored things, you know, candy flavors or whatnot, it really will get on your nerves very quickly, because I just want everything junk. I just want potatoes. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I want potatoes a lot. I want French fries. I want salt. I want a lot of salt because I'm addicted. And as much as I like sugar, salt has kind of always been my go-to. I like salt on lemons. As if you've seen some videos from before, I like to eat lemons just whole, and I will eat them with salt because I'm addicted. That is probably my biggest addiction, is savory, savory foods. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to talk to myself about. But yeah, so if you have any other ideas about things I can try, or about things that you've done, or whatever sounds good. You know, like I said, I kind of cheated before. My husband made some steak. I had a couple of very small pieces, and I chewed and chewed and chewed and chewed and chewed, and then spit it out to my dog, which he loves. So that might sound gross, but I was making sure I didn't swallow any meats, didn't want to make my stomach work and all that. So I'm going to be more careful with that. But it helps, you know, get that chewing craving that I get. So, sorry, my Google Chrome is on right now, and it keeps changing colors. So my skin keeps changing colors too. It's kind of cool. What else? If there's anything else anybody wants to know, anything anybody wants to say, let me know. I'm going a little stir crazy. I haven't had any friends or any family or anybody that's come over to see me. So I'm going a little nutso here. I wish somebody would come play a game with me. Monica. Anyway. Love you guys. If I can think of other stuff, I'll definitely put it up. Tomorrow, well, today makes day 7 of this brilliant post-op journey. Oh, I'm going to be trying to see if I can drive tomorrow. I haven't really been on any pain medications or anything other than Tylenol, so I should probably be able to drive. I feel I can react just the same way that I would have before surgery. So, if so, there's a store down the street from my house, about 5 miles or more, that has all retro games, and I really want a Super Nintendo because I'm 37 and that's what I grew up on. So I have a Nintendo, but I want a Super Nintendo and a bunch of excuse me, Super Nintendo games. Whew. These hiccups have got to stop. I used to never get hiccups, and now they come all the time, and they're getting annoying. But, oh, one more thing. So the Lisa Marie lady was saying that one of her signs of being full, she gets a runny nose. I don't know if that's mine, but I've noticed that since she said that, I'll just get a little bit of a runny nose, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should stop. Maybe that'll be a thing. So mine's either hiccup or runny nose. I guess we'll still find out, because we've got a ways to go. So, right, I'm going to stop talking your all ear off. Wish me luck. I got a bunch of stuff on Amazon for, trying some flavorless protein so I can stick it in my waters and soups and stuff, and try some V8 juice and see how that goes. Put some protein in there, and yay! Okay. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.